Hi, my name is Jake, and I am a bookish drummer. So for this video, we are doing another edition of Canadian Book Haul. Woo!
Yes. And I also have some stuff to talk about before we went to the used bookstore.
Yes. But we did have a great time at Barely Used Books.
Yes, and the best part was we walked out with all of our books for free because I had a box of unhauls to take in, and my local store has an amazing system for store credit.
You had a lot of store credit, and we didn't even use all of it.
Yeah, I still have like 15, 16 bucks left. Woo!
And we've got some fun books to talk about, books that we're all excited about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it.
So the first thing I've received as a gift actually for Christmas was Empire of Sand by Tasha Suri, and this was a gift from Fina, but since it was sent here and I was at Jake's for Christmas, I didn't actually haul it in my Christmas haul, so I'll show you guys now.
We're getting to it now.
Yes, and I'm very excited to read it. So next up, I have a whole pile here from Valentine's Day from Jake. He asked me, what would you like for Valentine's? And of course I said, books, sweetie. Is that even a question?
And I got you some books.
You did. You got me some books. So fittingly for Valentine's Day, you picked some romance ones off my wish list, or fantasy romance, which I'm really excited about because I haven't been reading a whole ton of romance lately, and I've been really wanting to. So he got me Icebreaker. He got me book 3 and 4 in The Played Prisoner, so Gleam and Glow. He got me Eidolon, which is the second book in the Radiance bar. I don't remember what this, Wraith Kings I think is the series. Anyway, the first book is Radiance. So the second book in that series. And then a horror because of course it's Jake. He got me Escape by Ian Rob Wright, which I'm excited for because Sharon has told me it's really good.
And I want to read it when you're done.
You can have it when I'm done, I guess.
And now we're actually going to get into the books that we got at Barely Used Books the other day. And this is a book that I already own, that of course I've already read, because it's a Stephen King book, but it's a much better copy than the one I have currently, and that would be Different Seasons. And this is actually the movie tie-in cover. Now normally I don't like these, but this edition actually looks very good, and it's from the movie, it's directly from the movie The Body. So I actually really like this cover, and it's much better than the one that I currently have, which has like a weird looking baby on it, and I hate that cover. So I was glad to find this.
And for $1 too. Well,
and for a Canadian dollar.
Free, but you know, $1 off my credit.
Yeah.
So the first thing I grabbed was a copy of Ender'S Game. I've been meaning to try this series for a long time and haven't gotten around to it, so I figured why as well pick it up while I can find a used copy.
I personally did not like that book, but we tend to have very different sci-fi tastes, so You're probably going to love it.
And I also figured, since I've heard that the author is problematic, even though I haven't really looked that far into it, a used copy was probably the way to go, because definitely not directly supporting it. As I throw some books.
You're dropping some books.
Oh.
My turn?
Yeah. I just forgot what the first book was called.
I thought you were like looking like, is it your turn?
No.
Looking behind, like, what is that?
No, I was looking to see what the first book of the series is called.
Okay. Is it Jake's turn? These next two books, Stacey, These next two books, why can't I say your name?
I don't know.
This is bad. These next two books...
I feel like we need a blooper reel at this point.
We do. It'll be at the end. It'll just be chaos. These next two books, Stacey actually picked out. Well, you didn't pick them out, but you saw them.
Yeah, they were up really high. Of course, I wasn't going to pick them out.
Yeah.
I had to point them out to you.
Well, they were even too tall for me. I had to go get a step ladder.
Yeah.
But I did, and fortunately we got them down. They are Cormac McCarthy books, which I'm actually very excited to read. Child of God, which I actually have on audio. I will be reading for the Battle of the Bands readathon. Shameless plug, go check that out. And it's funny that I found a paperback copy. I'm definitely excited to immersion read that. And I also found Outer Dark by Cormac McCarthy. And the title is very fitting because I've heard from several people that this book is very, very dark. And I tend to like those kind of books.
And the next couple books I picked up are books 2 and 3 in a series that I have book 1 of. And it's the Kate Daniels series by Lona Andrews. And I've heard that the series gets better and better, so I knew I at least wanted to go past book 1 to get a proper taste. And since I found cheap ass markets, why not?
I think they had book 5, but not book 4, so you didn't get book 5.
Or no, I think they had more, like book 4 and 5, but I just said, like, okay, I'm going to stop at 3 for now, and if I decide I like it, then I'll go back.
Yeah, I usually try not to get too many books
into
a series before I actually read the first book.
Yeah.
And the next book I found in the horror section, and I'm very excited for this book. Very cool cover. I'm pretty sure it's indie published, and that would be Stolen Tongues by Felix Blackwell. Now, I'm almost positive I heard this book either from Leslie or Ian or somebody, because I definitely, somebody mentioned this book, and I recognized it. If you know who you are, please tell me if you recommended this book. I'm super excited for this book. Got a pretty cool cover, and it looks pretty creepy. So I'm definitely excited to check it out.
Yeah. So the next thing I found was something that neither of us had ever heard of, but the cover looks like more modernly written fantasy. And it's, what is it? Shadow of the Gods by Rachel Dunn.
Not John Gwynne.
No, not John Gwynne. Different Shadow of the Gods. But yeah, I was excited seeing this cover, and even I went on my Goodreads and I was like, no one has read this. We're all sleeping on this book.
Possibly.
Have you read it? If you have, let me know and what you thought about it.
Yes. And then we have 2 more books to show y'all, which we're both very excited for.
Yes, and I think we're going to basically book share. I think, like, I'll start with them. Once I read them, I'll pass them on to you. And that would be The Folding Knife and The Hammer, both by K.J. Parker.
And I'm definitely excited to check him out, although my first book I will be reading by him is The Company, which I own. So maybe you'll get to one of these, if not both of them, and then maybe we'll swap.
Yes. Sounds good.
All right, so those are all of the books for our Canadian book haul.
Part 2.
Part 3, right? Oh, no, part 2.
No, part 2.
I've only been here once or twice.
This is the second trip.
I'm all over the place. Anyway, those are all the books that we have. If you've read any of these books, please let us know down in the comments. And also, what books are you the most excited for us to read out of these books?
Yeah, definitely let me know.
And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the Bookish Drummer YouTube channel and Discord, where you can find Battle of the Bands, Team Led Zeppelin
Team
for the
AC/DC.
win. Led Zeppelin.
AC/DC.
And go check out Patreon and Amazon wishlist if you'd like to buy us even more books, even though we don't need it. We want all the books.
You mean you? And then when you're done with them, maybe I'll take them.
Yes.
Maybe.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and have a fantastic day. Bye.